People say that soccer is a beautiful game, and soccer is meant to unite people from all different types of backgrounds. Sometimes in different sports, there's an ugly side to the game. For the case of the fans of Chelsea FC, there's a dark side. In this video, we plan to talk about the dark side of soccer fandom, focusing on racism among the Chelsea supporters. This is a problem that has sparked global outrage. Chelsea, one of England's most successful soccer teams, has a global following. Over the years, the fan base has repeatedly been linked to racism online. From the 1980s hooligan era to recent social media hate campaigns, this issue has evolved but has never truly been disappeared. Major incidents that have happened to spark these comments. 1. In 2015, Chelsea fans were caught on camera pushing a black man off of a Paris metro train chanting, "We're racist and that's the way we like it." In 2019, a group of fans racially abused Man City's Raheem Sterling, leading to bans and investigations. The fans on that train were James Fairbairn and Joshua Parsons, who were both seen in court and were charged with harassment. And the victim of it was Soleimane Sila, who described the video as humiliating. And this is a little meme about how the Chelsea fans say they're not racist, but they're on top of the Chelsea logo, like chanting that they're racist, and like that's the way they like it. And basically tarnishing the look of Chelsea's like reputation like towards the rest of the world, basically. Here's the picture of the Chelsea fans racially abusing Raheem Sterling, the player on Man City. It was said that the individuals were given a lifetime ban from attending any Chelsea games, and that they used racially abusive language and threatening and aggressive behavior towards Sterling. And prior to making the decision, the club noted decisions of Chelsea police was to not charge the individual with a criminal offense while the club represents the decision. The question it brought was whether if it was a criminal offense or not towards the fans. Some soccer fans across the world may ask, why does this keep happening? Despite efforts like kick it out and no room for racism. There are deeply rooted issues within the British Soccer Society and their culture. Some say they lack accountability, while most Chelsea fans condemn racism. It is the minority of those that engage with it, tarnishes the team's reputations, and show lack of accountability, and they just make bad decisions that tarnish the reputation of the club. Chelsea FC has made efforts to tackle racism with the club's Say No to Anti-Semitism campaign, and the club's support for the Premier League anti-racism movement are showing improvements in their issues as a fan base as a club. The offenders have been banned for life. The critics argue that the club hasn't done enough to stop the racism, but to make a real change, I believe that you have to start from the ground up, and that they are making progress in the right direction, and they are doing more now than they have done in the past. Instead of they're making groups to start banning people when they come and do bad things. They're making groups to help people who have gone through this, and they're making it harder for it to happen to the players. Here are some pictures from the 1980s when the Chelsea fans were given the name the Hooligans. I believe they've come a long way since then with the 1980s in the grand scheme of things weren't that long ago. So I feel like they've come a long way from they started riots up in the stands and like brought it out on the field and started fighting, and they were like really racist towards their players and like anti-Semitic towards their players, which is not right. And I feel like now, obviously they've come a long way with like keeping riots like not happening at games or bringing them onto the field in general. So I feel like they've done their part in ways to bring like the rate of racism towards the players down. I believe that racism in soccer won't just disappear in a day, whether you're a fan, a player, or a coach. It's time to hold each other accountable for bad actions we make. In Chelsea's case, one of the most prestigious soccer teams in the world, they have the choice to be remembered for their trophies or standing on the right side of history. And I feel like many of us as people have that choice to make. Either be remembered for standing on the right side of history or like in sports terms like winning a lot. And I feel like Chelsea's going in the right direction. I feel like they're making the correct moves. And, I feel like most teams fans have struggled with racism in their past. But Chelsea being one of the main players in the racism scene in soccer, I feel like they've made huge steps forward in stopping their racism and bringing it onto the field.